So we are in environmental monitoring in marketing. So environmental monitoring refers to the process of continuously observing and analyzing the external and internal marketing environments to identify opportunities and threats that could impact the business. So in environmental monitoring, we saw the external and internal factors that are affecting our business. Environmental monitoring is the process of gathering, analyzing, and using information from the marketing environment to make informed strategic decisions. We have seen key objectives of environmental monitoring, which includes identifying trends and patterns. So if there is some kind of trend in the market, then it will be useful to follow that trend through environmental monitoring. Predict future environmental changes. If there are changes in a future environment, then we can easily predict through the environmental monitoring. We can detect early warning signals, like if there is you know if there is a situation like lockdown will coming, then we can detect it early through environmental monitoring. We can assess the impact of, or we can assess the impact on marketing strategies through environmental monitoring, or through analyzing external and internal environmental factors. We can assess the impact of our marketing strategies. Then supporting proactive decision making. So environmental monitoring helps us into supporting our proactive decision making, which helps us in decision making. Now, what are the types of environmental monitoring? So here are types of environmental monitoring. We will see one by one. First is continuous monitoring. So what is included in continuous monitoring? So continuous monitoring, as its name suggests, it's an ongoing process. Like here is the example: tracking competitor pricing or customer preferences. So competitor pricing are changes with time, and customer preferences are also changing with time. So these are the ongoing processes. Hence, this is called the continuous monitoring. Then second one is periodic monitoring, which conducted at regular intervals like monthly and quarterly. Example, market surveys and economic reports, which are published on the monthly basis or quarterly basis. So that is included in periodic monitoring. Then there is a ad hoc monitoring done when sudden changes occur, like policy changes, natural disaster like COVID-19, and product recalls. Okay, so that is called ad hoc monitoring. Now, steps in environmental monitoring. What are the steps included in the environmental monitoring? So here are the steps that are included in the environmental monitoring, and keep in mind that steps should be in the same manner, like first scanning, then analyzing, then forecasting, then assessing, and then responding. So first stage is scanning. So what is included in the scanning stage? Okay, so collecting information from the environment is included in the scanning stage. After that, analyzing stage comes, in which we are understanding patterns and evaluating impacts. Okay. After that, forecasting comes. We predict the future environmental trends. After that, we assess the relevance and urgency of those trends. And after that, we are responding and making our strategies according to those trends. So steps in environmental monitoring includes scanning the environment, analyzing the trends and impact, evaluating the impacts, future impacts. Then we have to forecast the environmental trends. Then we have to assess the relevance and urgency of that trends, and then we have to make our strategies according to those trends. Now, what are the areas covered in environmental monitoring? So one is political, in which changes in tax laws. The second one is economical, which includes inflation and recession. So these are the areas which are fall under the category of environmental monitoring. Then there is a social, like changing consumer lifestyle. Then there is a technological, like AI and augmentation. Then there is the environmental, which includes sustainability issues. And then last one is legal, which is new advertising regulations. Now, what are the benefits of environmental monitoring? So environmental monitoring enhances market responsiveness. Okay, it enhances our market responsiveness. We get more response from customers, and our brand gets more reach. It minimizes risk. It improves competitiveness in the market. It supports innovation. So environmental monitoring also supports the innovation. it enables such strategic alignment with external forces. Okay, so environmental monitoring helps us to make the strategies based on the analysis, and that strategic alignment will help us to cope up with the external factors, which we had seen uh, uh, previously. That includes political, legal, technological, and cultural and social. So environmental monitoring helps us to strategically align with the external forces. Now we are going to understand the macro and micro environment in marketing. Okay. So first is micro environment. So the micro environment includes factors directly connected to the company and its ability to serve customers. Okay. The micro environment factors are directly connected to the company and it serves customers. Okay. So micro environment are controllable. In a sense, micro environment are controllable because they are directly connected to the company. These are close to the business and have a direct impact on its day-to-day operations. So these micro environments have a direct impact on day-to-day business operations because they are closely connected to the business processes or business operations. So here, what are the micro environments? So first micro environment is customers. Their needs and preferences drive everything from product design to promotion. Now, we all know that customer needs and preferences are the foundation for a product design and promotion. The second micro environment, which is competitors, their strategies like new offering or prices compel you to stay competitive and innovative. Okay, so your competitors make you competitive. Their strategies compel you to stay competitive and innovative. Then the third micro environment is suppliers. What they charge and how reliable they are affects product cost, quality, and availability. So product availability, quality, and cost depends on the suppliers. Then comes intermediaries, distributors, retailers, and agents help get your product to the market and can shape brand perception and reach. Intermediaries are also the micro environment factor. Publics. Groups like media, financial institutions, local communities, and even activist organizations may influence your reputation, sales, or operating conditions. So public is a part of your micro environment. Then there is an internal departments like research and development department, production department, finance department, and HR department work together to support marketing, and the alignment is key. So in micro environment, there includes customers, competitors, suppliers, intermediaries, publics, internal departments. So these six are the micro environment and which are controllable. You can easily, predict the demand and supply on the basis of data of your customer. You can easily identify your competitors in the market. You can change supplier if you are not, if you can't find a good deal or you can't negotiate with supplier, then you can obviously change it. You can control intermediaries. You can also control the publics like media, financial institutions. You can go there and you can talk with them. You can also control internal departments as well. Now the macro environment, these are the external forces you can't directly influence, but which shape long-term strategy and require ongoing monitoring. So in macro environment, the factors that are included, which are uncontrollable. An organization can't control macro environment. It can control micro environment, but it cannot control macro environment. So in macro environment, there is a political and legal factors, which includes government policies, regulations, taxes, and advertising and branding rules. Economic conditions of a country, like trends in inflation, employment, purchasing power, and exchange rate that affects consumer behavior. Then there is the socio-cultural trends, which includes population demographics, shift in lifestyle, cultural values, and social attitudes. Then there is a technological advances, which includes emerging technologies, digital transformation, automation, and infrastructure development. And the last one is environmental and ecological issue, which includes sustainability demands, climate change effects, resource scarcity, and environmental regulation. So these are the factors that are beyond the control of an organization, which includes political and legal frameworks that an organization can't control. The economic conditions of a country is uncontrollable. The socio-cultural trends are changing fast. So the, that thing is also uncontrollable. The technological advances is of course uncontrollable, and the environmental and ecological issues, which can't be controlled. We can predict it, but we can't control it. How they influence marketing. Think of your microenvironment as the day-to-day battleground where you respond to customer needs, competitor moves, and partner relationships. It's your immediate field of influence where agility and focus matter most. So you can easily, cope up with microenvironments. Okay, because it is your day-to-day battleground, your customer needs, your competitor moves, and partner relationship. But on the other hand, the macro environment is your strategic backdrop. You keep a weather eye on economic trends, tech disruptions, legal changes, and cultural shift, because these shape your long-term direction and can redefine entire industries. So in summary, micro factors are close, direct, and often controllable, whereas macro factors are broad, indirect, and beyond your control. So mastering marketing requires actively managing the micro while continuously adapting to macro first. So this is for micro and macro environment. Now we start the new topic called global marketing, and this is the last topic of this unit. You know, this is the second unit of the marketing management, and this is the last topic of this second unit, which is global marketing. So first we will see the definition. Global marketing refers to the process of planning, producing, and placing and promoting a product or service in the worldwide market. It involves tailoring marketing strategies to different countries or regions while maintaining a consistent global brand. Okay, as we already know that marketing is a process of planning, producing, placing, and promoting. But if we do it at a global level, then it is called global marketing. Okay, so here in this image, you can see the global marketing strategy. So in which first is product standardization. That means our product should be standardized according to global standards. Then second one is promotion standardization. We have to promote our product globally. Then we have standardized channel structure that we have to maintain. Then we have to maintain a standard price, which is of course, in US dollar. Then we have to concentrate on marketing activities. We have to focus on global marketing. We need to coordinate marketing activities. Then we have to participate in the global market, and then we have to integrate the competitive force, and then we have to compete with the global players. So this is called global marketing strategy. Now, what are the features of global marketing? So first is worldwide market focus. So global marketing focuses on worldwide. Okay, it operates across many countries, not limited to the domestic market. Okay. Then second one is standardization and adaptation. So brands often use a mixed standardizing core brand messages while adapting certain elements to local market. Okay, because that is required. If you are a brand and if you want to go global, then you have to do a lot of research on consumers, on a country, on a language, on a culture. After doing that much research, you can finally come to the product that you finally want to launch in the global market, because the taste and preferences and cultures are all different of Indian population compared to the global population. So you have to, standardize your product, and you have to make your product adaptable in the global market. So then there is a competitive advantage. Competing with both local and international players, you have to compete with both local as well as international players. You have to do cross-cultural communication, which includes that says success depends on cultural sensitivity and appropriate message. So for that, you have to, hire the professionals who are good communicators in the foreign language. Then you have to maintain global supply chain. You have to coordinate logistics, production, and distribution across multiple nations. You have to also follow some rules of imports and exports. You have to also maintain some sort of standardization in packaging and branding and pricing. All that you need to do, the documentation part. So these are the things that you need to consider while going global. Now, what is the importance of global marketing? So it expands market reach. More customers is equal to more revenue. Of course, when you are getting money in dollar, then that money is of course higher than the Indian rupees. So you are more customers is equal to more revenue. Then you have economies of scale. Larger production is equal to lower per unit cost. Then you have a brand recognition. You have a global brand image, which increase your value and trust in your local market also. Then you have to diversification of risk. If your market flops in India, but it operates globally, then there are chances that it will do well in the foreign countries. Then innovation and learning, you have exposure to global competition, which drives creativity and product development. Now, what are the key strategies in global marketing? So here are the strategies that one business or an organization can follow to succeed in global market. So first is exporting, selling products made in one country to another. So exporting is very simple. We all know that. Then second one is licensing and franchising. So we are allowing foreign firms to produce and market your product under agreement. So we allow foreign firms to produce the product at our country and market it to the other country. Then we have joint ventures. We are partnering with local firms and share controls. Then we have direct investment, which is also called the FDI, foreign direct investment, setting up operations or facilities in another country. Then we have standardization strategy, which includes using the same marketing approach worldwide, like example like Coca-Cola. Then we can also adapt adaptation strategy, which includes modifying products and messages for local markets like McDonald's vegetarian menu in India. So these are the some strategies that one can use while doing global marketing, which includes exporting, licensing and franchising, joint ventures, direct investment, standardization strategy, and adaptation strategy. Now, what are the challenges in global marketing? Okay, there are many challenges. Here are some of the challenges. Let us look at those challenges one by one. So first challenge is cultural differences and language barriers. Of course, when you are doing global, you have to learn new language or you need to adapt with a different culture, which is totally different from your country's culture. Okay. Then you have legal and political complexity. Of course, India, if you are doing business in India, you have to, mandatory register for the GST. You have to do some documentation task. You have to go to some government officials and, you have to ask them to send the document on behalf of you. Okay, you have to, register your form. So these are the laws in India to, start a business. So the same law or the different kinds of law are prevalent in other countries as well. So you need to follow them as well while you are going global. Then you have to focus on currency and economic fluctuations. Of course, the currency fluctuations, Indian rupee and American dollar. There is a huge difference in Indian rupee and the cost of Indian rupee and American dollar. Then you have to need to resolve the logistics and distribution issues. You need to also take care of data privacy and local consumer behavior. You need to understand the local customers first. No matter your product is a rock or rock star in India, but it can be flop in US or UK or other countries like China or Japan because the consumer and the culture is different for them. Okay, the culture and consumerism in India is different from consumerism and culture of US or UK or Japan or China. So you need to focus on that as well. Then there is a high cost of entry and operation, of course. When you are going global, you are going from Indian rupee to US dollar. Of course, it is very high. And the operation cost and all this are very high because you are going into foreign countries. So these are the some of the challenges in global marketing. Now, here are the examples of global marketing success. So, Apple, we all know that it maintains a premium standardized brand image worldwide. When there is a McDonald's, it adapts its menu to local taste while keeping brand identity. And Nike, which uses global branding with region-specific influences and sport figure. Okay. So, with this, okay, okay. Global marketing is about more than just selling internationally. It's a strategic approach that blends brand consistency and local responsiveness, aiming to serve diverse markets while leveraging global opportunities. Okay. So with this, we are completing our unit number 2, which is marketing environment. It was a quite long unit in which mainly we focuses on the micro and macro environment, in which micro environment includes suppliers, distributors, customers, and competitors, while macro environment includes environmental, political, legal, technological, economic, and socio-cultural factors. Then we have seen the importance of studying of marketing environment. Then we have seen environmental monitoring in marketing. We have seen objectives, types of environmental monitoring, steps in environmental monitoring, what are the areas which are covered in environmental monitoring, and benefits of environmental monitoring. Then we have seen the macro and micro environment in marketing, in which the micro environment, which is directly connected to the company, directly impact on day-to-day operation, which includes customer, competitors, and suppliers, intermediaries, publics, and internal departments, which are part of micro environment. Whereas macro environment is external forces, which is uncontrollable and which is deal with external forces, in which we have seen political and legal factors, economic conditions, socio-cultural trends, technological advances, environmental, ecological issues. Okay. Then we have seen global marketing, features of global marketing. It's a worldwide market focus, standardization and adaptation, competitive advantage, cross-cultural communication, global supply chain. And then we have seen importance of global marketing, which expands market reach, economies of scale, brand recognition, diversification of risk, and innovation and learning. Then we have seen key strategies in global marketing, which includes exporting, licensing and franchising, joint ventures, direct investment, standardization of strategy, and adaptation of strategy. And then we have seen challenges and examples of global market success. So with this, we are completing our unit number 2. And after this, we are starting with unit number 3. Okay. Thank you for attending this lecture.